Someday I'm gonna be bigger, bigger than big. Someday
Down there is where the Uptown used to be, where I got my start in this town, playing on Saturday afternoons to about 5 people who all screamed and said, "Do Eagles, play the Eagles," which I did because they gave me liquor.
Musician Vic Chesnutt, one of the most deeply personal and poetic songwriters working today. His lyrics and his clownishly dark style of performance have attracted the attention of some very big names in the music business. Michael Stipe of REM has produced his albums. A recent tribute album featured performances of his songs by artists from Smashing Pumpkins to Hootie and the Blowfish. Now at age 32, Vic Chesnutt is making his debut on a major record label, Capitol, with his new release, About to Choke. It's the kind of record you not only want to listen to, but savor each lyrical phrase. And we'll be doing that as Vic Chesnutt joins us on Edgewise. You know, I've been dying to meet you for a long, long time. We met in 1992 on the stage of Tramps here in New York.
Tramps, yes, I'm piecing it together.
Yeah, well,
the more I know,
didn't
the more.
actually meet. I did some sort of monologue thing, but you absolutely rocked that house with solo performance that you did.
Yep, and that was a tough one because my guitar had been stolen the day before.
Really?
Yes. my lovey-dovey guitar.
Since then, and really in your career, which has spanned about 6 years or so, I mean, in recording career, you've gone from independent label to a big label now with Capitol. Mm-hmm. How did you begin performing?
Well, I started playing when I was a little kid. Mm-hmm. You know, I sang for people, and I played with my grandfather on stage, trumpet and things with my grandfather. And actually, my real career started when singer-songwriter type career started mm-hmm. when I was in my early 20s in Athens, and somebody heard me play at a party and made me go sing at a club the next day. And people said, "Oh, that was great." And after that, you know, it was kind of no looking back. They created a monster. Well, rabid compliments that they're, you know.
Well, Michael Stipe heard a recording of you, which became your album Little, that he produced, right?
Right, right.
It was a recording you didn't necessarily want to be released because it was so informal and so raw.
Right. I was a little embarrassed by that. I thought we were just having fun for an afternoon, and it ended up being my first record, and I didn't really want it to be. I didn't think it was a particularly great day for me or anything.
Well,
that day
worked out quite well, actually.
Now I wouldn't have it any other way.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I'm always nervous about them when they start to come out, you know.
You know, you've described, perhaps better than any other singer-songwriter I've ever heard of, the moment of inspiration, when the lyrics and the song starts coming to you. What's that like for you?
Well, it's a pretty, you know, hocus pocusy kind of thing, you know, for me.
But it sounds very intense for you.
Well, it's often like kind of indigestion. I've said it that way before. And it's often, you know, pure tummy ache kind of things, you know, and you know, kind of like, you know, gas or something, you know. And it's really it's the most joyous thing sometimes, you know. Inspiration is. You know, kind of, you know, out of nothing, you know, comes this kind of great whammy of, you know, beauty or something, you know.
When asked, and you're continually asked, you know, why your songs aren't about being in a wheelchair, you responded by saying all your songs are about being in a wheelchair, and by the way, nothing rhymes with wheelchair.
Yeah, did I say that? That was funny.
How does your physical experience inform your music? Well,
I think, you know, I mean, in small, funny ways, you know, like I try not to ever sing, I ran to the corner or anything like that. I try to phrase these things a little more subtly than that. But, you know, I tend not to write songs about, oh, I'm very angry because I cannot take a urination in this bathroom. I don't usually write songs about that.
But it's not being an advocate, but it is about confronting your demons.
Yeah,
that's very much what your music is about.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, I deal with these personal things like, you know, sometimes how I feel very ugly and things like that, you know. I think I deal with these kind of subjects sometimes. And being kind of not feeling like I'm in the mainstream of American life, you know, not just being, you know, as I am physically, but mentally too. You know, all these things kind of, you know, dribble out in my songs.
We share an experience of being in a wheelchair, but in a way our experiences are very different. My accident was completely random, yet yours was something that happened on a crazy night, right?
Right, exactly, yeah, absolutely.
An experience that one might have awakened in a hospital to some significant regret.
Right, yeah. I mean, I did, when I woke up in the hospital, I thought, well, I've done it now, pretty much. I was like...
what did you remember?
Of that night?
Yeah.
I didn't remember anything of that night. I was completely drunker than I needed to be. I didn't remember anything from maybe 4 in the afternoon, and it was 2 in the morning when I crashed. And I probably woke up about 4 in the hospital, 4 in the morning.
Two car accidents, yet, I mean, your accident was a car accident, right?
Car accident,
Mine
sure.
was a car accident, yet completely different experiences. And you know, Americans are so obsessed, it seems, with wheelchairs so much. I mean, it seems like they can't get off the subject, and yet the experiences are so different from just simple little details.
Oh, complete. Yeah, I mean, it's, you know, I mean, it's a funny phenomenon, you know, kind of our phenomenon is a funny
People
little
like think
phenomenon.
that we're like buds with Christopher Reeve and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, yeah. Me and Chris, yeah. To me, he's a whippersnapper.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, he's got a lot to learn, that guy.
Yeah, he's got a lot to learn.
Yeah, he's got a lot to learn.
Well, we're going to hear some of your music in just a moment. We have to take a short break. Vic Chesnutt will perform a song, Little Vacation, from his new album, when Edgewise returns. I'm John Huckenberry. Welcome back to Edgewise. Last week, Michelle Shocked with an electric guitar. This week, Vic Chesnutt with an electric guitar. 2 weeks, 2 electric guitars, 2 wheelchairs. God, we're having fun. Before we go to the song, you're going to play a song for us. What was it like to have like Smashing Pumpkins and you know all those big artists covering your tunes, Hootie and the Blowfish, on Sweet Relief 2?
Well, I think if it hadn't have been for a good reason, it kind of would have blown my mind in a bad way, I think. But since it was for, you know, a really great foundation, a really important foundation, that I kind of got to act like, oh, you know, it's not from, you know, it has nothing to do with me or anything.
What does it benefit?
It goes for the Sweet Relief Foundation to help any musician, like opera singers, all the way down to, you know, garage bands who make their living playing music. If they get medical bills that they can't pay for, it'll help them pay for their medical bills.
Oh, that's right. Your agent must have loved the fact that they did your tunes.
Oh yeah, sure.
yeah,
I mean, you know, all my, you know, my in-laws, boy, I'm telling you, they were just like, they were quite happy with that.
Well, what's the song you're going to play?
I guess I'm going to play a song called Little Vacation, which is a rude little number, I think. Rude
Off
little
the new
number.
album?
Rude little number off my new record.
Vic Chesnutt?
It's the comedy middle part of my new record.
Vic Chesnutt, Little Vacation, off About to Choke.
Okay. It starts off quite easy like this. Like a little vacation, like a little old song that I want to hear, like a big libation, like a flattering sentence whispered in my ear. Yeah, that's what I want. Every time I try what I'm trying for, so why don't we have a little symposium where everybody takes the floor? Yeah. Like a scenic vista, like a long-awaited chemical buzz, like a far-off twister, like an unexpected pleasant run-in with a fuzz. Yeah, that's how I feel every time I feel like I wanna feel so. Why don't we have a little council meeting and hash out something real? Yeah. Robert's rules of order will be observed. I'll be the parliamentarian with an unswerving dedication, yeah. Oh, big middle part. Like a little vacation, like a little old song that I wanna hear, like a big libation, like a flat-arranged sentence whispered in my ear. Yeah, that's what I want. Every time I try what I'm trying for, so ouch. Why don't we have a little symposium where everybody takes the floor? I guess that's the end of the song.
Little vacation. Vic Chesnutt, thanks for being here.
Oh, that was a high note.
It was great. If you like Vic Chesnutt's performance, you can check out his new CD, About to Choke, and you can tell us at our Edgewise website. It's at www.msnbc.com/Edgewise. Don't go away. I'll have some closing thoughts about U.S. troops in Zaire when Edgewise returns.